Oh, that's my jam.
That's how I felt last week. Oh yeah, after a while your back's good.
Okay, y'all, let's come together now. Simmer down. We about to get it popping. You know how we do. It's your girl T, Tyra, with the Lounge After Dark. You know how we do conversations about love, sex, and relationships. We get real intimate. You know how we normally do. So today we have a very, 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 very special guest in the building. And we're about to get into this conversation because, you know, I like to get the tea. You know, I'm very nosy, I'm very inquisitive, but I want to introduce our guest, Mr. Kelvin, in the building today. How you doing? Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you all for having me. Thank you all for having me. Somebody shout hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Do you go by Kels? Do you go by Kels?
No, just some people call me
Kelvin
Kel
Boj.
for short, but the full thing is Kelvin Boj.
Butch?
Yeah, B-O-J.
Is that real?
Well, it's a short form for my last name,
Which is?
Bojegre.
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 That's a cool name.
I'm from Delta State. I'm proudly Urobo. I'm on
Oh, are you? So is my mom.
Oh, really?
My mom.
Wow,
my mom
see,
is a
rare.
Oh, yeah, Digwe.
I don't know, but I'm Yoruba, but my mom.
Oh, your dad is Yoruba,
Yoruba,
and your
my
mom's.
mom is
Okay,
from
that's
South
a nice.
Carolina.
But we have each other people here.
Enjoy.
Yes.
Oh, that is cool.
Yes,
Yes, Niger Delta. South.
So let me ask, Kevin, your last name you said Bajegre?
Yeah, Bojegre.
Is that like a Delta name?
That's
Is that
a
French
full
name?
Delta. So
Okay.
you see, James, I'll tell you, every time I've been in Europe, they always think it's a French name.
What?
But it's
I was
a
gonna say.
Sounds like a
typical-
French name.
How?
it's
It
a
sounds
typ-
Bojel.
Bojegre.
It sounds
Yeah,
like
Bojegre, it
like
sounds-
velvet, like the rose.
It sounds like
Because
it
it's
sounds
E,
French,
right?
yeah.
Is it
I was
B
just
or
sound
B-O?
French.
B-O.
B-O.
Wait.
B-O-J-E-G-A.
You know that E is
Yeah.
O over there, so it's a Bajegre.
A lot of
Bajegre.
Europeans
Sound
think
like-
it's French,
Yeah.
but
Sounds
I'm a
European.
typical Robo Opara with a side
It
boy.
does.
Okay, so now that you're telling us your
don't know.
name,
Legal.
I
all
don't
I know is
know
Migo.
what this
All I
means.
know is Migo. Also.
Really?
Yes,
But
I
hold-
don't know what this means. Like,
Tribe.
Okay, sis, that's my tribe. That's where I'm
Let's
from.
explain.
Yeah, you know.
Okay.
Before the Europeans came,
Right.
that was what kind of divided us. Nothing wrong with Europeans. I'm half European.
Yeah.
But that our tribes were our culture. And then we became a country, and now we have a united language, English. But then each tribe has their own language and their
Okay.
own culture
Exactly.
and everything. We're from the same country.
That's pretty much it.
Well, we understand that. It's just like you guys had like things that you knew.
Everybody can
Imagine if
immediately.
Atlanta
Yeah.
had its own language and its own culture, and then New York had its own language
Pretty
and
much
culture.
that.
That's what we.
That's just pretty much what it is.
And we imagine if we Americans do kind of identify by their state. Yeah, that's it. That's kind of like it.
Like each state has their own different
Well, yeah,
lingos
I
and
mean, I
whatnot.
understand.
Like saying I'm New
I just-
York.
I just you say something a certain way every time you say, and they're just like
They understand it
Like,
straight away.
I'm just like
That is so
Where
cool
do
to have
you-
that perspective because
Yeah.
it's not something we think about.
We don't
Until
think about
somebody
it.
asks.
Nigeria is a very diverse country when it comes
But
to
you all
culture.
are like
Yeah.
you all kind of like you knew where he was from and she
Yeah.
knew where
It's
you
kind of like New York, Atlanta,
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's
there
it.
is.
Yeah.
So I
we
want
know
you
it.
to go ahead and, for the people who don't know who you are, just give us a little background rundown of who you are, what you do, what you about, what you be, you know how.
Okay, well, I'm a producer.
Okay.
A lot of people know me as I used to go by the name Layla.
Whoa!
Yep.
What's good?
And I produced a lot
I
of.
played T one of your songs earlier
Yeah,
when
you
you was
played it.
Layla.
Oh,
featuring
wow.
Pato Rankin.
Yes.
that's my joint.
I worked with Patorankin. There was a time I used to do this all-star hip-hop thing where I put together the hottest hip-hop records in well, let's say the Afrobeat circle, right? So what I used to do is I'll hit up like Olamide or I'll hit up the bigger artists and mix them up with the ones that I felt were about to do something big. And all of the records that I put out, by the grace of God, all of those ones that I felt like would do something big are all big today.
Amen.
Yeah, so yeah, I used to I built a brand as a producer, and I've worked with a lot of Afrobeats artists, and I put out when I came out to America, I switched my name and because of copyright issues and all that, and started going by the name Kelvin Boj. I've worked with Fetty Wap, I've worked with Gucci Mane, I produce artists out here, worked with Sukihana. You know, Suki is someone you should bring on.
I would like to have her on the show because she's real.
She got an Afrobeat
real
record
crazy.
that she's gonna drop very soon too.
Oh,
you know?
yes.
Yeah, and I produced the
Let's
record.
do it.
I co-produced one. And the other ones are-
Nigerian and Afrobeats.
Yeah.
That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, so besides from production, I also own a couple of businesses. I have brands. I have this show on my Afrobeats night that I put together. It's pretty much like the industry night out here for Afrobeats. And
Where
I
is
try
it
to
at? And what days?
yeah, we do it every Thursday. Right now it's every Thursday. And we I'm just trying to push the culture further, you know, in my own little way, and just do me, you know, make sure I'm doing what needs to be done. We didn't come to America to count bridge. You don't understand. Look at it from that perspective.
To count bridge.
We didn't come. Did you come to America? You didn't come here to count the bridge and be like, oh wow, America's
had that
beautiful.
one, though.
Oh, damn, look
Yes.
like, yo, that's deep as
we
fuck.
don't.
Look at it from this angle. When you
Yeah,
get
it's a
to
beautiful
America,
bridge.
when you get to America from Nigeria,
You're
you
not
start
a
to
tourist.
see all the beautiful things. Like, oh my God! So the roads can be wide like this. That's not what we came to do.
Wow.
We came here to be like, oh, the roads are wide.
funny thing
What
is-
can we do
You know
to
what's
make
funny?
money off
Yo,
of this?
Kev, you know what's funny? Every time I'm driving on like 285, like 6 lanes, I'm like, our road can be wide like this.
You know, everybody
Wow.
has that
Yeah,
thing
thinking
subconsciously.
Because the roads in Nigeria.
I don't know what's going on here. I'm like,
When
You have to be like that to understand.
Let me tell you,
That's why-
when you live in
That's
America,
why I'm here. That's
Yeah.
exactly why I'm here.
when you live in America, you enjoy the roads and basic as it should be. But when you live in Nigeria, and you know, you're lucky if you got a great road, and you got to just work around it and find the new normal.
She said,
But when you're here, you're like, wait a minute, y'all, this is possible.
Yeah. 6 lanes, bro.
So I want to ask
you.
It's crazy how
The
the simple things as steady electricity.
Yeah.
People pay. It's luxury
You have
out
to
there.
pay for electricity.
It's luxury.
No, we
Simple
have to here
things.
as well.
No,
Yeah,
no, we
but
pay
you
for
know-
that, but then we also pay.
You're getting value for your money. Out there, people pay for it and still don't get it. It's
So we
like
have to buy a
it's like
generator,
the
keep
powers
on.
judge and God and jury of all.
like
So you guys need more engineers essentially.
No, it's not.
I think it's way past that.
It's past.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to come off that way.
No.
You did.
How many engineers?
Well, wondering what's
It's a
going
lux.
on.
It's a
You
luxury.
are
I understand.
engineers.
It's
You
a
are
I'm just
luxury.
right.
wondering what's happening with the light.
We are saying, no, we have the right people. There's
Yeah.
something else. So, but
Oh,
you're
okay,
saying the
okay,
right
okay.
thing.
Yeah, you're saying the right
I wish
thing.
I didn't know what
I wish it was as simple as
Okay,
what you
we're
said.
right.
Okay, so I want to ask you. So as far as like music, are you currently working on anything right now, or work with anybody?
Oh,
particular?
right now we're trying to put together. So this is what I'm trying to do. I've seen there's a lot of Afrobeat talents in Atlanta,
Absolutely.
and that like sort of gave birth to that my Afrobeats night that we do, where a lot of artists come out there to just perform. Sasha V's been there, Richie Smiles been there, Ache Sule's there. There's so many talents out here. So what I'm trying to do right now is put together an album, my Afrobeats, the album.
Okay.
It's going to consist of every talented Afrobeat artist that you have ever heard or seen around here.
Okay.
Some of them will be from Houston, LA, you know, just try to bring them into the,
You're like the gangster girls of like Afrobeats.
Word.
you could say that, maybe.
Gangster.
It wouldn't be out of place to say that.
You know, like
So-
you got everybody, like the hottest in the city. Like, okay.
Yeah, and
So-
I feel like it's a good thing too, pushing, like, going forward.
Yeah.
Right now, America, and this is how I see it sometimes, America is considered as the #1 country in the world. Is that arguable?
I like it.
I mean,
I enjoy
it's
this
the world
country.
We may have our own perspective.
agree.
Yeah.
about it.
Oh, my sister.
I'm happy here.
Yeah.
I don't want to
them
break
deceive
this
you.
country.
Yeah.
And guess what?
like
The
it.
American
what?
No, if
look,
you're in Nigeria, they're telling you it's hard, come and do the hardness.
Yeah, it's
Come and do the
it's not
hardness.
easy anywhere.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you why I say that, right? A lot of things can be done. You can
Yes.
get a lot of results from this country.
Yes.
And guess what? Atlanta right now, whether anybody likes it or not,
right.
is one of the major cities where you can, as far as entertainment, you can tap into a lot
Yeah.
of resources.
Yeah,
Big facts.
absolutely.
There's a lot of
Big
statement
facts.
that can be made
There's a
out
lot of
of
black
Big
people
Atlanta.
here.
facts.
And there's a lot of black people
There's a lot
here
of black
too.
people.
And
So-
not like just good black people.
There's
Yes.
more, and there's
Quality.
more black people outside of here. Like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? So like a lot of black people outside of Atlanta that I've been experiencing, specifically male, they're like, no, like they're taking ideas from Atlanta, but the idea that they think they're taking from Atlanta is really from African people. Like
I will not
Afrobeats,
argue.
like
I
some
will
of
argue.
the people outside of
Yeah, you do.
Atlanta that are like experiencing when they come here, they look forward to an escape in music, like social vibes, day, night, everything.
So could
Like,
you guys
it's really
say that
Afrobeats.
Nigeria is like the number one when it comes to African music, like in
I would say it's
general?
Yes,
influential.
absolutely.
The most influential.
The most,
Yeah.
The
the
most
most influential.
influential.
Absolutely.
Specific
Nigerians
that
can
word.
carry
America,
vibes.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
and,
Like,
I'll
move-
tell- and,
move
and,
fast.
and the most influential because there's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. If you go out there and see the way people grind, especially the entertainers,
Yeah. Oh,
it's on another
people
level.
grind.
And see how much results they can achieve out of nothing.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
It's humbling.
That's where you gotta respect every single entertainer that you see that's Nigerian. You have to respect them. There's a lot of work.
honestly, somebody needs to do a research
You
study
have to.
on Nigerians or the human capabilities because Nigerians have really
Really
stretched their capabilities
Yeah.
because of different struggles within Nigeria.
Right.
And they just can handle more weight. I guess you can say it's almost like they're built for it. So when they come here, they're like,
It's almost like you guys have like a gratitude for the shit that we just see as normal.
yeah, I guess you could
Yeah.
say that. Yeah.
Like, you guys are like, oh, this
Yeah, we
is,
counting our blessings. We're like,
it's like, yo, this is.
So you were
Solid.
okay. So we were having a conversation off camera. If you want to share.
What's that?
So
What were
share
you
all your
talking about?
secrets.
no, because you were telling me about when you were studying in school, and then you had your you had friends, or were they friends or roommates that you guys were all living in the same
Okay,
Bed?
back to what we were just saying, right? I went to University of Lagos, right? I studied pure and applied physics. I had a 2-bedroom apartment just right on. It's called Community Road. Shout out to anybody who lives in Akoka that knows that street, right? So I had a 2-bedroom apartment there, and there were 10 of us. 10. The minimum number of people you would find in that apartment is 10. It's 2-bedroom. One room is my room. The other room is the studio.
Where's 10 people
So,
inside one apartment?
Now, see? Tell me where these 10 people were sleeping. Everywhere you find yourself comfortable
That
at
is
the end of the
Nigerians.
night.
You-
But guess what? Guess what? The main reason why every one of them were in that apartment was because of that studio.
Hustling.
They
There
were
it is.
every day we wake up in the morning and I had to juggle that with going to school. So when I'm not taking lectures, I'm back in the house and I'm in there recording, producing and recording and just 24 hours we're grinding.
Yeah.
I love
And we're waiting for the first one to have the next big record.
Yeah.
And then that one's everybody else is pulling off their weight off of that type of thing.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's a blessing. It's a beautiful memory, you know.
Cause like I feel like Nigeria, like just even music apart, like they are some hustlers. They grind, like the hustle is real. Like it's always something that they're doing that they're
Nothing
trying
will
to
keep them down.
like
I've
really
seen it.
are
The most
working.
embarrassing
I've
thing
seen
will
it
not
first.
keep them down.
It's
Like,
like-
I've seen it. Like,
The hustle is definitely
Our
real, and I
producer.
really appreciate.
So
I know,
Layla,
right?
like,
my bad, T. So Layla, on on some music shit, right? You moved to Yankee in like what, like 2014, 2015?
2014.
2014.
Late 2014.
2014. And then I know he vaguely said it earlier, but he had a song with Fetty Wap. I don't remember what it was. Like, he also had his hit with Patoranco, which I like. I played that for Tyrant earlier. It's one of my favorite songs at the time.
Yeah.
You're one of the pioneers of actually working with American artists on your music.
It's not wrong.
No. I'm not asking. I was a promoter, so I know.
Yeah.
I know for a fact.
Yeah.
If anything was I or J, I'd worked with Fetty Wap too.
Yeah.
And then I don't even remember anyone that was really already out there at the time. Maybe French Montana and Ice Prince or something.
And
yeah, maybe that. Maybe.
There are a lot of collaborations that I kind of heard about or knew about that never saw the light of day too, though. So in that time, it was fine for Afrobeat artists to, in that space, it seemed like trying to get these American artists to step into where our sound was a thing. But now you see the culture has shifted. It's now them trying to do collaborations with, you get, yeah. So it's fair to say all of those things are part of the puzzles that did the groundwork to where we are right now, you know? But the grind still don't stop. Pretty much, yeah.
Because I'm a female, so I'm gonna speak from a female perspective.
Okay.
Is there any like female like artists right now? It could be like Nigerian or like African American that is like really wanting to like diversify their like music or their audience, because right now I feel like it's a lot of male, Chris Brown with Mona Lisa, Rema with Selena Gomez, but there isn't, it's more, are there any more like female?
Are you talking
African,
in general or from Africa or from America?
Any female that is not African, because obviously right now we have a lot of like female African Americans because of Tiwa. I'm gonna give it to my Tiwa, but like we have Arya Starr, we have Thames, things like that. But I'm talking about
Yemi.
But I'm talking about African American or any international, because Chris Brown, there's a lot of male, outside African.
Would you regard Tiwa as an African American or an African artist? Or African? Let me not use African.
Okay, I think.
In this context,
are you asking because she writes music?
No, the only reason why I'm saying throwing that back to you is because there's no American artist that's female or male right now that doesn't want a touch of Afro beats in their sound. So
I'm speaking for the
regardless
female.
Of,
is there any female that is not in the African community that's like really trying to get a feel of that Afro beats? Because I feel like a lot of men right now are heavily being pursued. Like there's a lot of Afro beats featured by African Americans or like black people.
Yes.
Are there any for females that have been like in contact with you, like really trying to get on it?
Right now I'm working with Sukiana. So I can say for a fact she has Afrobeat records. She's even done collaborations with Afrobeat artists. So I can say for her, I know a lot of other American artists, female, want to do Afrobeat. I can't speak in details on the context because
so we don't need the specific artist.
Let me break it down this way to you. It's not, and for me, I don't think it's about male or female.
Okay.
As an artist, as a creative period, regardless of if you're a male or female, there's a tendency to want to gravitate towards what the people want to listen to. And right now, the people love Afrobeats.
Yeah.
Afrobeats is literally incorporated. Look at what's happening. The All-Star Games, the halftime show, we have Burna Boy, Thames, and Rema. That speaks a lot of volume to where we are. And it has nothing to do with male or female, regardless. Thames is there doing her thing. She's representing on, you understand? She definitely would have had, she wrote the song for the Black Panther that Rihanna sang.
Yeah.
So for me,
that's a very fresh information.
So they probably have something in the works. And I'm not the only Afrobeats producer.
Right.
I can bet if you call 10 other Afrobeats producers, they have something in the works with some female artist, you know, that's on that level.
On that level.
You know?
Kev, let me delve in with you.
I'm
real
glad
quick.
that you're able to analyze that.
Yeah, let me delve
I think
in
I
with
understand
real
your
quick.
question.
So speaking
Thank
of
you.
Thames and representing, Thames, as much as she's Afrobeat, she's also Altez. And for people who don't know, Altez is like a modern day version of High Life, basically, right? So I know you delve in that because, you know, for people who don't know, he plays every instrument there is. If
You
name
do?
it- Yes.
Well,
if
I
you name
try.
it, if you name it, no, he plays it. If you
You play
name it,
trumpet.
he plays it. So he's like a music whisker.
I
for
don't
real.
play the trumpet, though.
Maybe-
Challenge me.
maybe not the trumpet. You play the trumpet? No, don't ask
I
me.
do.
All right.
I do. No, I'm not good.
It's not.
So don't
It's
test
You play
me.
the trumpet for
Yes, but I'm not good.
real? Okay, that's all right.
So don't test.
As long as you can play your
I've already won.
software's on there.
Yeah. So many people are so confused right now. But
Sorry.
no, it's not you.
The
It's not-
Altez part.
It's you playing the trumpet, bro. But for people that don't know, right, about Altez and how Thames is dominating right now, and so is Burna. But Afrobeat has, from what Burna used to blow, which was, Burna already blew with what's it? He blew with that. However, Last was a different level, right? If we're thinking about it, right, that was on a hip hop beat. I think you were the first dude, which was a Tony Braxton beat, right? So you were the first dude I heard who wanted to switch Afrobeat up and put that American sound on it. To be quite honest, but you're the first dude I heard do that. You know, you were doing reggae tracks, you were doing Afrobeat tracks with American artists. Like a lot of people don't know that. So
Facts.
just looking back to that, how does it feel to see that Altez is influencing Afrobeat the most right now? As of right now, Afrobeat was popping like last year. Burna was really doing his thing, but Thames' voice is who everybody wants on the track right now.
So you see, I'll put you in the mind space I was in that time. You get, and as a producer, you're in the studio, you're experimenting. It's like you have all the tools and you know how to put it together, right? And you're listening to, I'm in America and I'm trying to say, oh, listen to this. They at some point it's like it's just crazy to see how everybody is dancing and they understand it now. But at that time it's like it was difficult to try and make them understand. So as a producer, when you know you are an architect of the sound, the producer is the guy that goes in there and adds this snare, says, okay, I can mix a little reggae in it so that my Jamaicans can understand, but let the drums be Afrobeat. And subconsciously, they're dancing to Afro, put the Afrobeat chords in there. So in that space, I was trying to experiment, try to use hip-hop drums or Afrobeat drums, hip-hop chords, you understand? So that my Americans can say, this thing is kind of familiar, but they're listening to Afro beats.
Yeah.
And I feel like, you see, Burna Boy, he's like is out of this world. And that's what he did with Last. You get to a certain level and you start to see it's a duty of you too to make the sound understandable. And you know what Burna Boy did with Last? He used a sound that hip hop people were understood as hip hop, right? And translated it as an Afrobeat record.
Yeah.
You understand? And that was what I was trying to do then. You get, it's the same, it's pretty much, it's the same mindset. He's performing, touring around the world, and he's like, yo, I can actually, and they're listening to him. I'm on a level where I can show these people that this songs you're listening to, there's a touch from where I'm from, that if you hear it, you will go crazy. And that's a Last. That's a Last record. So it's beautiful to see. It's beautiful. See, Thames, her sound is unique. And Altez, even in Nigeria, it's a unique sound. And she's brought it internationally and spiced it up too. It's still it's still authentic. But sometimes you listen to Thames and you might think it's Rihanna. Or you might think it's
Cause I don't really consider Thames as Afrobeat.
It's Altez.
It's a.
I've never.
Thames is,
because she's
if you listen to her project,
Wait,
she's
what-
Afrobeats, but she's given it an international feel.
Yeah, I think her foundation is Afrobeat.
Yeah, her foundation.
And like her audience has made it international.
What's your question?
Because it's
I feel like he has
it's
a question.
relatable.
There's
Let me
a
ask-
specific
Because they
song.
can relate to it.
So
you know?
let me say this right.
Wait, but he has a question.
So you say, and then please let me
No, I'm saying.
let me
Okay.
say what I have to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thames was at the Grammys with SDC. A lot of people don't know who SDC is. Show Them Camp, right? Show Them Camp are one of the pioneers of Altez. Altez, I think Altez, the name is ALTE, right? But it's Altez. Try to make it a Yoruba
I
thing,
know
right?
Santi too does.
Santi,
Yeah.
I mean, Santi, I don't know who really started it, but I think it's SDC for me. So Santi, Odunsi, Tomi Agape, all them folks, all them, what's his name? What's the DJ's name? The Ghanaian guy. It's High Life, really, but it sounds like Altez. DJ Jules does his thing,
He's
you
a
know what I'm saying? So,
producer, yeah.
yes, he's a producer, not a DJ, excuse me. So, for the most part, Altez is like a derivation of Afrobeat, but it's High Life. It's the new High Life, basically. It's how I like to look at it. It's like a more hip-hop sounding High Life. There's so many artists that do that, and Thames is one of them. Thames is the biggest one now. She didn't necessarily start it, but I like to see at the Grammys, she had the guys who first featured her on a track ever at the Grammys with her. You know, a lot of people would just think it was just dudes just walking around her, but it was like SDC was there with her. And I've listened to SDC way before Thames ever came out. Now, they put the first track I ever heard Thames on was SDC. And I say all this to say, you know, I think Altez being, I don't know if Altez being underrated or Altez being overlooked by, say, the Afrobeat, the new Afrobeat listeners.
Yeah. Because people like to think Afrobeat is like the stereotypical drums, but there's more to it than just that stereotype.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like you're asking a
You
good
want to
question.
say something?
I thought, so I'm just surprised nobody mentioned like WizKid in this conversation.
Oh yeah.
Because like I guess from like my perspective, the music that I've been listening to is, I mean, don't get me wrong, like obviously Burna Boy is like going crazy, but like my first introduction personally into like Afrobeats was WizKid.
That's Daddy Yo.
He's a great.
That's Daddy Yo.
I was about to say.
Okay,
like,
I just wanted to. I didn't know like.
No. You can't take WizKid out of the conversation. Period.
Okay.
WizKid is WizKid.
It was. You didn't even
awesome.
think about it.
It just so happens our examples just shifted in that direction. But you can't take WizKid. You can't take Davido.
Right.
You can't take those two people out of the conversation too.
Okay.
It's no way. WizKid, Davido, Burna Boy. You can't take them out of
I
the
just wanted to know.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I want to. Okay, so as far as you being, I guess let's shift it. As far as you being an artist, right? How does that affect your personal relationships? Like when you're out on the road or whatever, you're in a relationship, right?
I'm married.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love it. Me too.
Okay, so as far as like, you know, because we know how it is like on the road and whatever. Like, how does that really like affect the dynamic of your relationship? As far as like maybe insecurities that may come about, or like just not really understanding what you have going on at that time if you're not able to give that person that time that they are looking for from you.
Open marriage.
Well, for me, it's more
did that
so
even work?
inclusion, right?
You said what?
For me, it's inclusion. If you include your partner on a lot of levels with what you're doing, there's understanding.
Okay.
You understand? It's if you say, for example, I have a show in DC, right? And I get booked to go to DC. She has a flight ticket going to DC too.
Oh, okay.
That's right. I know that's right.
I know that's right.
You understand? She might not pop up at the show itself, but she's in a hotel room or she's around somewhere. She's somewhere around. And I feel like that helps.
Are you a newlywed?
No, I've been married 8 years now. Nine years.
Okay.
I have 4 kids.
Oh, you have 4 kids?
Yes.
Same one.
Yes.
Wow.
I have
Boy,
twins.
boy,
Do you have twins?
that's good.
Yeah, I
You
have twins.
I'm a twin. I
Really?
knew it. I was like, this spirit is saying he has twins.
I have twins.
Which one?
Yeah,
One
two
boy?
girls. Two girls.
Oh, me too. Me and my twin.
Awesome.
Yep. So I feel like that saves you a lot of. It's not. What are you talking about when you already know what's up?
But do you not
Yeah,
feel
no-
like
no
maybe
insecurity.
because like I feel like a lot of jealousy may come, maybe not with you,
His wife has his twins.
but it's
Who
like
can
you know when
compete?
you're
See.
out and about and there's like so many women around and there's like so much temptation. I mean, obviously from
She
like,
locked it
like your
down
wife's
fast.
standpoint, she trusts you and you guys have an agreement or understanding. Like, you're, like maybe other artists with you, right? And they're probably single and they have other women around, and then maybe you're in the midst, and maybe a video may come out and you're there, and then your wife sees like other women around. Do you feel like there can be an instance where she may think that you're amongst the wala?
Look at it this way, right? If I'm out, it don't matter how many single people around. If I'm out and I put myself in a position where I'm compromised,
Right.
my actions will show that I'm
You messed up.
indulging in it, right? So if I'm out with a bunch of 10,000 beautiful women single, their nipples showing everything, and I'm doing like this. Or I'm,
Maybe not doing anything,
No.
but-
And then you said the video comes out.
Yeah.
And then I'm holding the girl. Clearly,
No, I'm not saying
the
you're
video
holding.
speaks for itself.
No. I'm not saying that you're
So
doing
I try not.
anything.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah,
He's gone.
you never said I did anything.
But I'm saying you're
so,
just
but
there.
Yeah, I'm
He's
trying to
managing.
explain
Girls
it to
around.
you. So my point is, if I'm in that circle, I
Yeah.
try to find a position or a place in that circle where I cannot be compromised.
Ah, what shit just
It's as simple as
My
that.
outside and my wife.
Yeah.
Because
You feel me?
it happens.
So there can be time. Look, it happens.
It happens.
Sometimes, and guess what? And there's some females, when they see that you're really trying to, like, just chill and just be.
They're gonna come for you?
That's
That's
when they want to come on.
go charge.
Well,
That-
why
That's
is
when
that?
their batteries charge
Because
them
I
more.
was never attracted to taking
Do you understand?
But do you feel like a lot of women they
but,
tend to like men who are taking like married men?
Yes.
But
Women are
specifically-
competitive. And
Yeah.
people won't admit it. Like, they think it's just a man thing. It's like women are competitive when it comes to men.
But why would you want a guy that's not
even,
available?
Ralph, not even to be like that. Like, women, like, I don't know what it's a scientific thing, but like women are somewhat attractive to like unavailable men. Just know that like we attract unavailable men.
A lot of times, human beings love to tell themselves that we're not animals.
Yeah,
They're
but
what?
you're an animal.
That
We're
we're not.
animals.
We're
All
type
right, so yeah, we're
of
type
animal.
animals. We're mammals. We're whatever the fuck y'all.
We have
wanna call
type
image
of
instincts.
animal.
I don't
Yeah,
give a
animal.
goddamn what you want to call yourselves. Whatever.
Damn.
However, human
Why?
beings try to pretend that, you know, on a sexual level or on a
Yes, yeah.
or on a gender level, and I'm sure there's a word
He,
there
her.
that's safe. Yeah, whatever. Yeah,
You used
I'm sure there's a word there, but we don't. Most things are not physically felt.
Yes. I
Yes,
agree.
Most things are physically felt first. You know what I'm saying? My mother used to tell me, she said, when you meet the woman, you know it in your heart, you know it in your mind, but most importantly, you know it in your pants. Yeah. I know you thought it was some
That's
deep
good.
shit. Huh?
I thought it was
Yeah, deep shit.
But it's also deep,
She said what
though.
she said. She said what she said.
all
And guess
three
what?
in
She
different
wasn't
levels.
wrong.
But it's a trinity.
She wasn't
There's
wrong.
that-
She was
but
telling
Heart,
me.
mind, and
As a single
body.
mother raising a boy, right? She was telling me.
Yeah.
But,
what it
yeah.
is, you know what I'm saying? You feel in your heart. You feel in your mind. Most importantly, you feel in your pants.
Why most
You know-
importantly, though?
Because in a way,
Because
she's
it's the
experienced
truth.
all
That's how
three.
it is.
It's the
Bringing
truth.
this one.
It's the actual
I
truth.
wanna,
That's how
If you
it
don't
I wanna
feel it in your
contradict
pants,
that.
Yeah, if
don't
you
know
don't
about
feel in your
that.
pants,
I don't know.
you're not going to get to feel in your heart or in your mind.
Let me.
I can contradict that.
I'm gonna tell you. I can,
you want to say something?
can you
You can
contradict?
say something.
no, I'm saying, I can tell you that's not always the case.
Okay.
It's not always
What
the
is
case.
the case?
So
I can say
listen,
that from
yeah, you want to
experience.
say,
You wanna say
No, go ahead. I say I can say that from experience. Like it's not. always the
Okay,
case.
so The funny thing is, my pastor preached this in church. There's 3 things about us as humans: our mind, our body, and our soul.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, let's start with the body, mind, and soul. You see, feel it in your pants. For me, is body.
Mm-hmm.
Attraction on all levels. It's like, oh my God, this guy, the way he knocked me, I know it's and then you're going crazy. Like, you're thinking about it to the point where, you know, there's certain people you just have that natural, as far as sexual connection with.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you can't understand it. But do you know the crazy part? All of that is still under one part of the trinity of you as being a human being, and that's your body. And guess what? In the order of things, your body is the least important.
Yeah. Because
So
you can
look
be
at-
attracted
and-
to somebody.
Yeah, and I'm saying this to say you need to look at it on a higher perspective, right? Everything you feeling, no matter how good it is you mentally thinking that your mind and your soul is in accordance with your body. But guess what? For it to last, one day you're gonna, that's the way it'll give you. You start to say,
But you know,
If
why
you
you
eat
not
Gary every
doing
day,
it like
you won't
yes,
like Gary after a while.
yes, it's gonna change, and then you
want to-
start to pay attention to things that you overlooked
Yes.
that were way more important.
Mm-hmm.
That has to do with connecting with your mind
Yeah.
and your spirit. The spirit is more so, is he God-fearing? Is he kind? How does he
Yes.
treat his family?
Does he make us feel
How
safe?
is he? You understand? There's a lot.
That's what women
there
are looking
deeper
for,
levels
safety.
to it. So if a woman is with a man and they take off everything that has to do with the body, and you miss that part of the soul and mind, guess what? One day one day you're gonna do something, or she's gonna do something. You're gonna be like, no, I can't take this anymore.
Yeah.
This is too much.
The
It's
body is
still-
the least of my.
you get.
Yeah.
And
You
it's
can
not
grow
gonna
in
work.
attract.
No,
I've met people that
It's
are
not gonna
ugly,
work.
Now,
and
what-
then I later was attracted.
I
to
like
them.
that. I
Immediately,
like
I'm
that because guess what?
And I'm attracted.
Yeah.
Guess what? When you first saw them, like, yeah, man,
Ugly.
God
Never,
forbid.
never,
Yeah,
never.
no,
But
I'm
but
trying
guess
to get
what?
to
Do you
that
know what?
level.
Do you know what made you fall in love with them?
Their spirit.
Their mind and their spirit, their soul. So
Something
you see now those, and guess what? Those are way. Look at
They'll hook
Seal.
you
Look
longer.
at Seal. Do you remember the guy Seal?
Yeah.
who can
Yeah.
say
That
Ah,
married,
yes. So.
Heidi Klum.
and then everybody is looking like, how in the world
Wow.
is she with this guy?
Yep.
Because, and guess what? Because the mind, the spirit, the soul, 2 more important things
Hooks you mean.
connected.
And that can
The
transform
sex, the sex part, you can,
It's easy. That
if
one
you
is
connect
easy.
on the mind, if you connect on the mind and
Nobody,
soul,
no competition.
the sex goes there, all right. It goes there,
Exactly.
all right.
you guys,
all those things, they're not all on the same level to get to the point of marriage or get to a long-term relationship. I think as a male, female, we're all meant to get to the mind, soul, and body. And that is not me being in a orderly way. That is an order for yourself as an individual, for you to get to the self that you are, that all those things that you went through, mind, soul, and body, prematurely, doesn't have anything to do with who you like ascend with, like who you descend with.
from what I gather, right? It's very. This is in a cute way, and I'm not even saying this to insult Teresa or insult
No.
Kevin.
Eh.
It's not an insult at all. It's actually a props thing. It's like you guys sound like people that have been with your person for a while, and it's cute. All right.
I appreciate
Again, what my mother said was,
Your mama ain't wrong.
in
That's
picking
right.
a
We're not.
person, in picking a person, you feel it in your heart. You can talk to babe. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit, this shorty thinks like me. I like that. Oh, she's very kind. very kind, very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. And then you speak to her, I was like, yo, Shorty's kind of woke. I like that. Oh, man, I'm woke too. This is good. All right. But if you don't
Not all
feel it in
wokes
your
are good.
pants, if you don't feel it in your pants the first day, please don't waste our time.
But you know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay.
Oh, is
I
that
haven't
what you're
experienced
saying?
that.
That's what I'm saying. The first
I was
day.
gonna
I'm not
say,
saying
like,
someone
I
you're
really-
already with now. Come on.
but don't
I
I've
think
not
people
felt
keep
it
giving
before.
different
There's times I've not
perspectives
felt it.
in different ways of like you can
That's
feel
what I'm
all
saying.
of those things individually.
But maybe men are
and
different.
you
I
can
don't
feel
know.
those
Sound like
things all
Sarah
together
Jessica
with one
Parker half the
individual.
time, in a good way. You know, in a good way. I'm serious. You
take
sound
that.
like you're living Sex in the City. You know what I'm saying? I love it. So you want to hear it the first time? You're just not.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
don't
nah.
you guys? But don't you
Yeah,
guys
nah.
feel like sex is a major, huge number
It's
one
very
component
important.
in a sustaining
Not
a
number
healthy?
one,
Not
not
as-
number one, but
not
very
number one.
important.
Okay,
It's
it's not
part
the
of
number
it.
one, but sex, like even having that strong sexual attraction for your
It's the
partner.
first thing. It's the first thing.
Because as you're getting like
the
someone
first.
like when you're getting
It's
older
the
now,
first
I'm
thing.
starting
if
to see
you don't
certain
have
things
that,
like
everything else is garbage.
Really?
because people try to be all
Yes.
deep
That was-
about
that's
something.
awful.
I feel like the
I-
sexual attraction is very,
So you're
very
saying
very
your
important.
alternate
I feel like
universe-
if sexual
My alternate
attraction
universe.
came
It's
first, I would
body,
have self-esteem.
then what?
Oh,
Mind?
I would
No,
be
no, no.
jealous.
Let's think
Yes,
about it. It's
yes,
body, mind,
yes.
soul.
Absolutely.
That like that's what I'm. I
Absolutely.
think that's
If it was
really
the
what I'm
sex
trying to
for me,
say.
I would
think
I would be a
each
jealous
individual Is body.
Like, I
If it
would
wasn't-
lock my man.
Elaborate
It's
elaborate
body.
that.
Like,
Elaborate on that.
okay,
for real.
if
Okay.
No,
if it
but
was
what
the
you said, yes.
if it was the penis that attracted me
Yes.
first, I would say I'm a little crazy. I would be like, baby, you ain't going nowhere. Like, this mine. I don't want nobody. I would be crazy. You don't. For me, I don't think it's wise to put. I wouldn't. Maybe because it's me, but other people, everybody's different. I don't think I could do it. So I have to see your mind.
What
and soul
attracts you the
first.
most first?
I gotta,
Yeah, what
I gotta,
The mind,
can I
because you
say
could be a
something?
dumb at 1 second. You could. I've met people that are like very fine, and I remember this guy from college. Oh my, he was fine. I will still say it.
Saginaw, right?
Fine. He sounded not my type at all, but he was fine. But I think the next day, I was like, he said some slow stuff. I let it pass. I let it pass. Like, he was like slow. Then I was like, This same guy that was trying to ask me to buy him a phone.
I remember.
And I was like, it's okay. But after a while, I couldn't take it. Like, he was too slow. And I was just like,
Nah.
set it up,
So
do
I
whatever.
I don't think my mom meant prioritize the body part. But she said
Yeah.
you have to feel it there too.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, eventually you feel it. Yeah,
I
absolutely.
think the thing is like, I think the question we're asking is that I think
mean,
the
yeah, you
male
have
and
to be
female
attracted.
have to have the same priority. Like, because could it be that your priority was mind and then his priority was body, but initially you didn't think of anything external that made it
No, he wanted all of
compatible.
this. He wanted my
that made
body
it
and
compatible.
soul.
No, think
These
about it.
millennials can't read. They can't read.
No. Let's think about it, because honestly, what you've described, I've been in it constantly, but we have not. The thing about Gen Zs is that they give
I'm
a
not Gen Z.
definition. I know, I'm not Gen Z either. But let me tell you what Gen Zs have done for us millennials.
What?
Is that they've given a definition of the things that we actually go through constantly.
Uh-huh.
And then the fact that they've already given it a definition, they don't need to go through what we've gone
Uh-huh.
through. We just constantly go through it,
Word.
and they constantly define it. Like, this person that was about to approach you, if I wanted to make it physically, this person is tall, dark, and handsome, approaching you, you know, and he's saying all the things he needs to say, like, you know, like ocean level, like, you know, just on the surface
Until
level.
he proves that he didn't know what he was talking
Until he
about.
proves that he's not what it is. And a lot of women go through that situation where we like come across a man that we think he's that, and then we realize, nah, this is an empty vessel.
Baby, you said it from his angle, right? He's
I-
attracted to the sapio bullshit, bro. He's attracted to
No.
the intellectual part. Relax. You said
Okay.
it. You're attracted
I said-
to his whatever the fuck
No,
it was.
I said that individual that I'm describing.
Yeah.
So we were just talking about African music is popping, it's hot. So do y'all feel like now, like, because I see it everywhere, African men are just like,
African men get jobs.
Because the reason why I'm saying this,
Because I'm saying this.
Nigerian man, they get juju.
I swear, I see
Amazing, right?
this. Something.
I know, right?
When I'm
I like this.
Melanin chip.
everywhere I go, I always
You're
see
just
like
giving praise to
American.
These I love it.
You know, I always talk. I'm trying to. I'm
they
trying to
stress
stay
people out
away
too,
from
though.
talking bad about my African Nigerian men, because you know I tend to
can't.
bash. But at the same time, we all know
People got
like
headaches,
African
yeah.
men everywhere. It's like a
Small
lot of
headache.
like
You're welcome.
American women that I know, or just not that I know, people in general, like always. They've been talking about African men.
What
and what
is it?
Africans-
Sometimes
how great-
some African
oh,
men
they
will be like,
like
ah.
to spend money.
You know what I'm saying?
Blah blah
Money.
blah. So can you?
Wise, yeah.
Do you guys agree? Like
Word.
that y'all are just like the cream of the
Word.
crop right now. Like y'all are
Word.
just like.
Say it loud,
Take it-
girl.
See that one?
Good,
Yeah, see that one
And then
smiling.
say-
Take it over.
See that? She said, "Make I walk."
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
not exhibit
And
A.
you know who she got? Get what, Nigerian and
All my American friends.
Let me tell you something.
Let me
tell you something.
Let me tell you. Wait, before that, both two of my closest friends that didn't know about Africa when I met them, all of them married to Nigerian men.
Wow.
First time they met, they said, "Oh yeah, my sister, I'll see you." I said,
Do you know why?
okay.
Do you know why? I tell you the truth. Because we're
It's
blessed.
magic.
We're blessed.
Magic in a Nigerian.
Maybe
Because we're blessed.
the unknown is
Alright.
known for the unknown.
but I still feel okay. So because
They're
you know me,
spirits.
I have I still have my reservations about certain things. But
You
I
don't like Nigerian men?
used
no,
to
I
think
never
would
said I
marry
don't
Once
like.
you date Wiggers.
No, I didn't say. No. Okay, I did. Okay, so
don't
I have a video, right?
No, I have
clip
enough Nigerian in
of-
my household. I don't.
I have a
need
clip
What's
of
the
me
name
saying.
with
I have a no. Let me not say
Yo.
that.
let her
I don't
Let
know
me not
what-
say
let
that.
her land.
Yeah, thank you. I have a clip saying that Nigerian men are the worst, right? Or the worst. Okay, I don't necessarily
can be.
mean they are the worst, but they can be.
They can't really
Right?
show you
Nigerian
pepper.
men
They can't
are-
show you pepper.
Nigerian men can be the worst that you can ever come across, right?
When the ones that hurt you, woo,
they will show you.
they will
understand?
show
Let's
you
not
if you have not
Let's
seen
not
those
sugarcoat. Let's
Hey.
not
Spicy rock,
sugarcoat.
baby.
that
As
pepper.
much as women are,
Habaneros.
Habanero inside eye.
as much as the women are
Side
flocking
note.
towards
Damn.
African men, Nigerian men nowadays, Nigerian men can really show you some kind of.
you wouldn't know
Because,
they.
and I'll tell
So
you,
what I want
no.
to understand,
Until it's
like
over, you
from
be like,
your
"Ah."
perspective, from you as a Nigerian man, like what is it that really makes you guys who you are, and why do you behave the way you do?
It's-
Make us understand.
I can't speak for every Nigerian man,
Spirits.
but I'll
Inside.
tell you one thing. A Nigerian man, one mindset that I kind of feel is common with Nigerian men. They're very, very, very responsible people as far as making sure that their partners are good.
Yes.
Thank you.
I agree.
There's
agree.
a level of responsibility with an African man. I'll say Nigerian African. You get that speaks. You're my woman. I got you.
Right. They might step out, but they'll be like, I still got you.
I got you. Black men don't cheat.
They,
Period.
they,
Nigerian
men
say, I would like
Nigerian men
don't
Nigerian
cheat.
men.
Nigerian men
Nigerian
cheat.
don't cheat.
Nigerian men are too good. Nigerian men will convince you that
Nigerian
it's
men
right.
don't
What?
cheat.
No, I
Too
think
good.
Nigerian
if there
It was an illusion. It was an
That's
illusion.
what they would do. They are gaslighters and
You didn't
anonymous.
see it properly.
Gaslighters, they will mess your
You
head
didn't
up.
see it properly. I
We didn't
promise
see
you.
it properly, so I was just saying
It was
That's
an
why I
illusion.
didn't know.
Nigerian men don't.
Hey,
Please say it after me.
Okay, say it.
Nigerian men don't.
woman. I can't.
Nigerian men recreate the past.
Nigeria,
They will erase
when
the
you put
past.
cheating in a dictionary, you'll see Nigerians
They
men
will-
face.
No,
I think
They are the ones that have the
think-
face
I
of
think-
cheating.
So,
Oh, they are cheaters anonymous.
Wait, I think that Nigerian men.
And they will convince you that it's okay.
Bro, we don't
I
cheat.
think-
Because
Ralph, we don't
I'm a
cheat.
man. That's my nature.
But they will also support you. Nigerian
I like that.
Well, I don't think.
define
Nigerian men will cheat and say it's okay, baby. Let me, you want
Listen,
any?
But someone like Rob,
Let's buy some.
I feel like
So let me
regular
put
Black
it like
American
this.
men won't
You
be
cannot
like that.
cheat yourself.
Nigerian
I
men.
said that Black
It's-
American men won't be like are not like Nigerian.
So
I don't
what's the
think
difference
so.
in your opinion?
I feel like
it's about other people cheating
there's
you.
something.
I hope there's something good.
It's good. It's good.
This
Okay.
generation is all about
Listen, I think there's some type of demonic force in a Nigerian man man DNA.
Okay, we don't need to do that.
That causes
The cheating.
the cheating. I feel like there's like a demonic force in a Nigerian's man DNA that causes the cheating to be part of their everyday being.
And it will come eventually. It's a matter of time.
Not even, I beg, it will come the day you guys start dating. Like, seriously. But I feel like, other races, other ethnicities are not as
Nigerian
bad.
women just don't.
I feel like
we just look away.
Hold on, y'all. I feel like other ethnicities are not as bad.
No, they can be
compared to-
bad.
Not as.
They
can
can be. Secret. Nigerian men, they just get.
But, or they just.
Women, you can't fool women.
I'm like,
women know.
I don't talk about my Nigerian nigga. Our day is in the dark.
I just feel like, but can you
don't
explain?
talk
Like,
about
can you
that.
like go into detail?
Well, for me, Nigerian men don't cheat.
You see, this is what they do. They do.
I don't know
Can't you
where
speak
you
your-
heard that from.
This is
Why
what
can't
they
you speak
do.
for
You
yourself?
Oh, you have been talking. I'm
but why-
talking for. Okay, well, let me
Speaking for
speak for
yourself.
myself.
Speak for yourself.
Okay, I don't I don't move that way. So don't make me move that way. So have you heard that song? I know they move that way. Don't make me move that.
But you know what? Nigerian women.
So, but I'll tell you one
Nigerian
thing.
women. You think Nigerian men are bad?
Let me now tell you one thing, right? If you go to Nigeria and operate in that territory, it's a jungle. When it
It's
comes
a
to
jungle. Everybody knows.
it's another jungle on its own.
Yes.
When it comes to relationships.
Yes.
See all these other people are doing here, all this.
I
Oh
don't do Nigerian,
no,
no.
he broke my heart. They don't talk that one them.
They don't. They will,
It's a
they will
different
smile
ball
after
game.
they know you showed them.
It's a different ball game. So, but this is it.
Quiet snipers.
This is it for me. I feel like Nigerian men, they're like
Nigerian
men
men.
are Nigerian men are. And think about it this way:
They're lions.
if you're providing and making sure everything is good, there's a tendency for you to be territorial, for you to not tolerate disrespect. And a lot of women, especially in America here, when they see you're a Nigerian man, well, not African women, the American women, sometimes they like wanna act smarter than.
Oh yes.
What
They
do you mean,
wanna-
act smarter
they
than
wanna-
that?
I know exactly what he's talking about.
No, I don't understand.
Okay,
Elaborate,
go ahead.
please.
It's
Sorry.
more so you want to say, oh, he's from Africa, he don't know better.
Who said
It's
that?
not. It's not.
No,
it's,
no,
and guess what? And that's not something that's vocalized, but your actions are saying it.
I've never
Yes,
heard
No,
that.
no.
I've never-
Yes, I
telling
know
you.
exactly what
I
he's
think
saying.
that's a
Trust
specific
me.
demographic of
No. But
individually females that like
No, it's
think before
cultural
they
difference.
do.
And guess
And
what?
that's
And
all.
guess what?
No,
Sometimes
Americans,
you
they
have
don't
to.
know they do it.
You have to. They don't realize
They
when
don't
they
know
do
they
it.
do
But yet,
So, but guess
they're
what?
really
You have to.
co-creating.
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to show them.
Yes.
You know
You
what?
have to
I
show
fuck with
them.
you.
guys
I fuck with
explain?
you because you're never unable and you're never shy about fucking with both your sides and separating them.
So being honest
No,
is
it's
what's
not that.
affecting us.
No, it's not just that.
No.
Teresa is half what, Bulgarian? What is it?
Hungarian.
Right? So it's half Hungarian, half Nigerian, right?
But if anything, those two personalities and culture are both similar. Do we
no,
agree
but
or not
no,
agree?
we do not agree.
I
Because she's
It's
saying,
two different cultures.
because what
No,
she's
in
not
terms
necessarily
of, like,
saying it,
as
but
a
what
woman.
she's insinuating is basically because you have this other culture in you, say white or say Nigerian, you expect a certain thing directly from those cultures that you have. Okay, the person in this Bulgarian, in this Hungarian culture would not. This is what they really do.
I don't think that's what I'm saying.
I know that's not what you're saying,
He's
but
saying
that's
his
what
point.
we're saying.
Yeah.
The
okay.
type of Nigerian woman you are, because you're not a typical Nigerian woman. You are a Hungarian Nigerian woman, which both have very strong personality.
You know Hungarians?
I know European. I know at the end of the day, I know what you know that does not seem not familiar to me as a Nigerian woman. Can we agree?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yet I'll find out.
I feel like we can because a lot of the things that you've described,
Right.
being raised from a Hungarian woman,
Yeah.
because being raised from a Nigerian woman is being raised from a
different.
Hungarian woman. Can we?
It's
can we-
different. Yeah.
Yes,
But
yes,
it's
Yes, we
not.
can agree.
In a way, it
But
is,
when
but
she
it's
was
not.
in Nigeria-
Because they both have some similarity of being independent and strong.
In a way.
In a way,
But
in a
also,
way.
Hungarians are very submissive.
One is
Submissive
but
women.
the thing is that we can also agree that some like a specific age and time of Nigerian women were also submissive.
They are, yeah. They're both. That's where similar.
And we can
no,
also
Nigerian women, they're submissive.
But you are we're agreeing to the same thing that we're saying.
No,
I think the thing is that, like, really, in at the end of the day, we really need to learn from like separate cultures that bring the same individual like concept to our culture. The same is for us to understand.
Okay, let me say something. It's a different ball. We're saying two
we
different
understand
things.
the same thing, but in a different language.
Okay, let me break it down to you this way. An American woman, right, was raised in a household. At 16, her parents or her family's already, she's encouraged to go and get a job at McDonald's. Right? Go do this, do that petty, and pretty much it's not, and try to get where I'm going with this.
Yeah, I know.
Every child, it's not a bad thing. Every female in America that I've seen or know about did some type of job by the time they were 19.
Yeah.
You can be from a rich family. It's not about whether
They
you have
value
money
work.
or not. They value work.
Yeah, that's
The
what gives
case
them
is
value.
not the same in Nigeria.
At all.
Okay.
No, I think we're saying the same thing.
In Nigeria, if you meet a female that owns a car at 22 years old, you're gonna look at her and say, "How did you get that car? Who gave you that car? It's a
Yes.
sugar daddy.
Yes.
Is that not really the case most of the times, though?
Yes,
Okay,
and
so
it
but
is, it
now my point is, but out here you can meet a 21-year-old female that worked hard and bought that car with her own hard-earned money.
Not their McDonald's money, depending.
But guess what? I've met 17-year-old millionaires
Yeah.
in America
Yes.
because there's a lot of opportunity. So now you meet a Nigerian man that comes to America and has been grinding, and out there the man has to grind.
No option.
He comes here, he sees opportunities everywhere. Like, cause when I first came to America, the first question I asked is, why is it before you do this or do that, they're asking me, what's your credit? Credit. And then I Google credit. Do you know what it is? Other people's money. So you're telling me, for me to be successful, you want to see how well I can spend other people's money
And pay it back.
and pay it back, obviously.
Yeah.
Bring that money on.
It's sustainable debt.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
but guess what?
Sustainable debt.
But guess what?
Any demographic.
But guess not. They don't do that in Nigeria. Everything
Not like
you
that.
see people
No.
in Nigeria,
It's
if
cash.
they buy a car, they own it outright.
It's cash.
We can we compare country to like another country?
I'm trying to
He
get
has
to
a
a
point.
point
He's getting
with
a
this. So
Okay,
just
sorry.
hold on.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So now, the Nigerian man comes into a scenario where he didn't grow up in. He's seeing opportunities that a lot of people that grew up in there don't see. Because now you come in, you want to be a business. You go to Nigeria and look for a job. You're wasting your time. People start businesses. The minute you go out of school, you're starting a business out there. So you come here and you're like, I'm just using that credit thing as one example. Yeah. You're like, oh, who clears these? Like, see the highway in America? Go to Nigeria, highway is bush everywhere. But in America, the highway is always cleared. And there's something Georgia does. They give that contract to like Spanish, black, and
Yeah,
do you
minorities.
Yes,
Yeah.
they let them do it. It's like a $25,000 contract. So I'm driving on, and why is this? I'm just giving an example, and it's different for different Africans. They see different opportunities in different ways. Why is it that the road is cleared all the time? You pick up your phone, you Google, and you see there's an opportunity there. That's one thing people that grew up here might not really
It doesn't come
overthink
naturally.
about, because they feel, oh, it's supposed to be done.
They don't
You
realize
get-
it has
so
it's
now
being done, yeah.
you come into a circle, you come into a country where it's opportunities everywhere, and you start business. Go look at the Nigerians in America. Yeah, there's some that do scam. Yes, no problem.
yes.
Yeah.
But they are good at scamming.
Not everybody.
In their own way.
Not everyone. Not everyone.
I wasn't even gonna bring it up.
Yeah, but it's
but
a
we
fact.
know that.
It is
They
there.
scam us
But
too.
even the
Scam
ones that are scammers, they
are good at
they hold their weight with what they do. You get. So now you see all these opportunities, and you establish yourself in a country where people have been for the longest. And now you meet a woman, you come with the mindset you take care of your woman. You're taking care of her. You've never seen IHOP in your life before. And she said, babe, let's go to IHOP. And you're like, what's that? And then she's using that as a parameter to think this man is dumb.
Yep.
Can I ask?
Do you understand? Like, you get. Yeah, like,
She doesn't
let's go
interpret
to
what you're saying
like
correctly. She
pickles. You're
misinterprets.
saying, oh, baby, that's you can add pickles to the burger. Yeah.
But I think it's the way they talk. I think sometimes because Americans were raised with such confidence, and it's a good thing, but that sometimes when they speak about something basic, a Nigerian might feel like, are they trying to tell me I'm stupid? But sometimes, and I've noticed that, I think sometimes Americans just sound like they
Entitled.
think that they're smarter than you.
Not
And sometimes
entitled. Not entitled.
No, entitled. I've seen entitled.
Yeah, and this is specifically for the men-women relationship.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm not talking the guy.
Not the guy. The guy
No,
is different.
the guy's gonna actually
they will
make you.
enjoy it.
They
They will
will
enjoy
tell you
Nigeria.
how you will go. You get because the guy knows. Oh, he grew up in a different country. No, guys have. And regardless of where we come from, we have the same mindset. We want to hustle. We want to do this. You understand?
Yeah.
But a woman can be like, oh, he's Nigerian. He don't even know how to speak English properly. You get, yes. I've had friends.
But how do you know now?
I've had friends.
Tasha, we want
I've had friends.
Tasha up a project.
Yes,
Tasha,
I've
you
had
said
friends
Americans
that
used to
girls
think
have
was
treated
bush.
that way.
Hold on
Yeah.
now. You have friends that were treated that way?
And guess what? Sometimes he has to put his feet on the ground for her to see the value in what he brings to the table and understand he's not stupid. He just understands.
I think it's the type of woman you come across.
It's not me. I'm married. I'm like.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think it's the type because I've come across a person that has just come and I'm having to teach something, but I've not diminished who that person is.
But you're
as
Nigerian, it's
individual.
different.
Because even if I'm Nigerian, like
You're
even-
Nigerian.
You're Nigerian.
No,
So it
I am
doesn't- you don't
Nigerian,
count. You
but
don't
like,
count.
for example, like even if I meet somebody from another country,
But you're Nigerian. We're not talking.
but no.
about
The
it.
thing
So
is that
back-
at the end of the day is how you treat that person.
He's talking about American and
So you
Nigerian
let's go
men.
back to where you
But-
said the Afro. Now that Afrobeats,
Yeah.
and that's where I'm going with it.
Okay.
So when you see a Nigerian man standing up, strong, feeling, it's like, oh, finally you guys get it. Where I'm from, this is
Yeah.
my mindset. I'm not like you understand
Yeah.
where it is. It's like it's finally. It feels finally good to see that
I'm
you really
being appreciated.
You guys just naturally
They know where we're from.
appreciate
Culture,
there are American females now that are Googling how to make jollof rice.
And then
It's
cook
nice.
food.
It
Do
is
you
nice.
understand? You understand?
We appreciate it.
Unlike before, where it's like,
before.
oh damn, you don't even know what pickles is. You don't
Yeah,
know
back in
what
the
to-
day, we so far though.
I get what
At
you're
least you came in
saying.
2014. Me, I came since.
You don't know what
Maybe
pickles
so
is.
far though.
I think that
people
I
have
said
shown
let's
us.
go bad burger.
But do you not think? But okay,
We
so
don't-
back to
not
my
organic.
initial. Hold on,
Yeah,
y'all.
it's
but I
imported.
think that
Back to
like,
my
yeah, let's
initial
go.
back to my initial comment earlier. Like, do you feel like maybe sometimes Nigerian or African men may feel entitled to misbehave because they're like the sole providers,
Yes.
or they are the ones who are taking care of the whole house, so they feel like the woman should not even have a voice to speak out.
Girl, yes.
I mean,
For
to be
their
honest, let me go
mischief.
first.
It's too easy.
Honestly.
I don't see how.
How they couldn't.
I don't know.
Because Nigerian men are known to
Stop
be
it.
providers, so do
No,
you
I
not
don't
think
see
that?
how those two directly correlate.
No.
What?
Yep, I agree.
They
with you.
correlate.
Okay.
No.
No.
Stress in
Just
Nigeria.
because I feel like, just because I know I am the provider,
No.
doesn't mean I'm going
Yeah.
to do shit outside.
Exactly.
It doesn't.
So what other
It
reason
doesn't
would-
mean
would
for
cause
sure.
them
I
to
feel
go
like
outside?
it's
The
based off
temptation
of
is quicker.
everybody, like individual personalities. Some people, look, there are
And also
men
the
out
culture
there
doesn't
that
get
are,
mad,
you know,
punish the men It doesn't get mad at men. They understand. They're like, but stop looking. Look away. Nobody's gonna condemn
Nigerian
you.
culture.
Nigerian cultural. Like if you're saying, oh, my husband is cheating, the mom will be like, why are you looking? Just don't stress.
Because he's taking care of the house.
He's taking care of you,
this,
which is
doing
understandable. But that's if. But women, on the other hand, if you find out,
is that his reason?
no, it's not. I'm not saying it's his reason. That's not his reason.
But
the
traditionally,
temptation is easier. So you're not. It's a woman might be like, shit. If I get caught, like they got to make sure they don't get caught. A man, if they get caught, they know the women in their lives, moms, aunties, are gonna say, but he's working hard now. He's stressed out there just because it's. But you're smiling because you know he's stressed.
No. You're right.
Yeah,
To be honest,
but it's not. That's not the reason. That's not the reason. Yeah.
You guys said
So it's,
point.
and I would do the same if I was a guy.
My thing is, don't get it twisted.
Almost
I know
everyone
it happens
I know.
a lot. But you're saying we should actually measure it out. How many men who are married actually go and do that? And then when we go in there and do that calculation, we then come and say, oh, amongst those men that do that, this is, you know what I'm saying? So what?
As a woman, like, why are we to like justify what this person's character has done in broad daylight, nighttime, daylight? As a woman, if who you are, you say you is like. If you feel
James,
like
sit down.
no, and the thing
Where
is,
are you
like,
going?
I don't mean to question anybody's reason to stay, because at the end of the day, I don't have children. I don't have those things on my own to like have that level of sacrifice.
Women, we stay.
Understanding comes in different levels in the age and the experience that we go through daily. So I'm not here to judge, but I'm
all
here-
cultures do this. Though. I
no,
wouldn't say.
definitely. Let me tell you something. All cultures, all way of life do what they're meant to do, but there's always that one person to say that, what if this other culture doesn't do what this other culture does? And which in general is what to say, like our way of thinking about something.
I definitely
100%.
definitely believe, as far as like what we were just talking about, sometimes maybe the men may feel entitled to act out because of, they feel like,
The women will stay, and they do,
because they, I mean, yeah, the women, they do,
because they know they have magic.
So
they might have magic potion.
you know, and
They
some
do.
things,
They do.
you know,
We're not gonna agree on that.
we're never gonna agree.
We can agree
I
to
feel like
disagree.
we're always going to agree to disagree. I just feel
No,
like
I
that's
don't like
just-
that. Man, the truth
Really,
is
you
that
don't like it?
somebody's lying.
What is it?
Who's lying?
Somebody.
I don't think it's our job. I don't think it's our job to know who.
Whenever
You're saying Nigerian men don't cheat.
Whenever I
Nigerian men don't cheat, apparently.
Nigerian men do
Even
not
though
cheat. Whenever I
seen
hear
it.
agree to disagree.
So you really
somebody's lying.
believe Nigerian?
no,
hold on,
we know he
hold
doesn't.
on. So you really believe with your whole heart, with your full chest, Nigerian men?
I don't have
Chest.
to believe. I know
No,
I'm
that.
asking
Let
this.
me tell you something.
No. Please, I beg. Answer my question.
Nigerian men don't cheat.
Wait,
I
and
know
you know
now.
what? And you know what?
Now,
But thank you so much, Kelvin, for joining us today. We had a very, very great conversation.
I had a good time still.
You
too.
know, it was such a
Niger
great.
Delta
But I want
in the
you
building.
to.
Yes,
I want you to just to formally let people know where they can find you, what to look out for, what you got going on next, and just summarize it real quick.
Okay, so you can find me on Instagram at I am Kelvin Boj. TikTok, the same thing. And other platforms, the same thing at I am Kelvin Boj. I'm working on my Afrobeats night. That's like a project that I've put in priority right now, just so that we could show the world that the diversity in Afrobeats as a genre you get, and we doing that every Thursday. My Afrobeats night. You can also follow at my Afrobeats night, and you can follow at my Afrobeats, at my Afrobeats night, at my Afrobeats, and at I am Kelvin Boj. You never know who's going to be coming out there to perform, and watch out for. I'm definitely going to be putting out singles too in the new year, and this year. And personal projects and a collaborative effort with other Afrobeat artists that live in Atlanta and outside of Atlanta. And that's pretty much it for me right now, you know.
I love it. Thank you so much for joining us again. Once
So
again, it was
much
a great
fun.
conversation. Y'all did
Yeah, I had
a
a
great
good
job.
time.
Thank
I
you
had a
so
great
much.
time.
I'm glad you had a good
Yeah.
time.
So much fun. So much
We
fun.
appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, y'all relax. I don't know what the hell they was talking about.
All I know is my Ijo
It's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
There's a lot going on.
It was a lot
And I ain't relatable to that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we appreciate it.
We appreciate the time, the diversity of the conversation.
Yes.
So
You know, I love that. And kudos to you, because I know I would have been shook up. I'd be like, yeah, you don't want to hear this.
You like that, baby, let me put you on. Conversation, if we're playing, we gon' do it right. Baby, I'm listening, let your body talk to me all night. I can take this anywhere you wanna go. This will be the greatest story ever told. I'll put you up and then I'll take you to the floor. Soon as we done, I had you coming back for more. Flipping you, twisting you, over and over, making you go.